Gun Talk Outdoors here.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Andrew.
Today we're going to do a little bit of talking about a shit hit the fan, or SHTF, whatever
However
type of gun.
it.
Yeah, however you say it. Well, a lot of people talk about this all the time. And when you and I started talking about it a little bit, and it seems like a subject. There's so many videos out there on it, so we thought, you know what, why not us do one?
Yeah, because I mean, we're Gun Talk Outdoors, and I mean...
So when we first came up with the idea to do the video on it, we started talking about where do you start as far as picking out a gun. In my opinion, you start at the caliber.
Always. I mean...
A lot of people I think...
The bigger the better, they say, but at the same time, you got to be practical with what you're going with.
Well, I think so many people get dedicated to a certain type of firearm. There's so many people that are like, you know what, I love AKs so much, I don't care what you tell me. I own 3 AKs, and that's what I'm going to pick because that's what I own. I personally don't own a single AK. I own an SKS. It's kind of close. I'm not going to say it's an AK. Same ammo and things like that. But what I'm getting at is...
What are you going to be using that gun for?
Is an AK, if you're an AK guy, and that's what you choose, or an AR guy, or a Mosin Nagant guy, whatever, are you going to choose that based on that you love the platform so much? Are you going to push everything else aside and choose that based on that alone?
Yeah.
And so where I started off with is, if we're going to choose a caliber, to me, the little 22 long rifle is going to be my pick. And the reason is, so, you know, my argument is I love ARs, and there's so many AR-15s in the country. If you need parts, if you need ammo, I mean, if the shit really hit the fan, you're going to be able to find that stuff pretty easily, I think.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to think, I mean, how many ARs do they make every other day? Or every year? How many new models they come out with every year?
So you stop and think, why wouldn't I pick an AR-15? But a 22 caliber can really do about everything you need, I think.
I mean, honestly, it's about the same projectile coming out of the gun. It just has a lot more power coming from it with the brass from an AR-15 standpoint. But at the same time, it's all about what you're going to be using that gun and what it's going to be intended for. I mean, shit hits the fan, you're going to be out on the prowl a lot. And this is the argument me and Kyle got into the other night when we were having this.
So, yeah, okay, you might bet, okay, well, will a 22 long rifle take, I mean, it'll obviously take small game all day long, but what about medium to large, like a deer? Yeah, if you can make good shot placement on a deer, you take your time and you do it right, and if you did choose to happen to have a semi-automatic, you can have follow-up shots to quickly and cleanly take a deer, if you really know what you're doing. And that, to me, is the biggest point, because it's not, you know, a lot of people, to me, I think that shit hit the fan is going to be a gunfight every day. And it's not. You're going to be trying to just make it on your own. And we live in rural Indiana, and there's a lot of deer running around. That's probably going to be one of your main food sources, especially when it starts getting cold outside and deer start moving a lot.
And see, this is like one of his biggest things was, I can carry 500 of these and be okay with a little box, but when I try to carry 500 rounds of my AR-15 rounds, it gets heavy.
Yeah, you stop and think, like, I order Wolf all the time from ammo2go.com, and it comes in, when I order a 500 round box of it, it's a large box, it's very heavy. I mean, the UPS comes, we know what it is when it comes to UPS, because it's a big old heavy box, but, you know, just like they've always been, a small little brick of 22 long rifle in a little tiny box, you compare the weight and volume of it. Now, obviously, 22 is pretty dirty ammo.
Yeah.
But as long as you can kind of halfway keep your gun clean,
it's going to be reliable, you know?
It's always going to be okay as far as usability. But, so, now that I love the AR platform, but I would choose a 22 caliber, I've actually had this firearm for a long time. The halfway spray painted camo stuff is just for aesthetics looks. These are just little UTG rail covers on it. There's a little off-brand ACOG on here. It is a little 4-power, and it has the normal bullet drop compensation stuff on it. But yeah, this is all just painted. There's a little ergo grip on it, but other than that, everything else is just left completely alone on this thing. I have 3 of the Smith & Wesson MP 1522 25 round mags, and never had a problem. I mean, if you run it like crazy, and I'm talking you're 200 rounds in on a range day, it starts getting really dirty and you're getting it hot, every once in a while, depending on what type of ammo you're running, it might malfunction. But like I said, it's not going to be a gunfight, you know. I mean, there may be people trying to take stuff from you, but I'm saying if you could only pick one firearm, this has got to be my pick.
I mean, that's the pick. But I mean, honestly, I mean, if you have this gun with you and you're about to get in a gunfight, who's going to know that this is a 22? Unless, I mean, obviously when you take the first shot, they're going to hear, oh.
Yeah, so you're going to have some element of surprise there.
But at the same time, this looks just like an AR-15. When he brought it out the first time I ever seen it, I was like, oh, nice. And then he's like, oh, this is my 22. And I'm like, really? And so, I mean, you really don't know. I mean, that's all about the element of surprise, like you said, but...
I mean, what do you feel as far as range? Maybe 200 yards? I mean, I know a 22 can kill with the right placement of shot. I mean, you shoot somebody in the eye from 400 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take them.
But,
I mean, you have those guys that prep every day that are coming in...
with plate carriers and stuff like that. If that happened...
Plate carriers are only good for this area. You know, they're only vital organs.
Okay,
you know?
So now that we've talked about this... let's talk about honorable mentions, because one of my biggest arguments to the 22 is the 12 gauge shotgun. Now this one we have here, I obviously have a couple pumps as well, but this is one of my personal favorites. That's why I brought it. This is the Stoker Coach gun. It is a, I actually don't even know the exact barrel length. I'm assuming they're really close to 18. But yeah, just a little break open double barrel, double trigger, safety automatic reset. And this is a nice quality little gun. But the reason we started talking about 12 gauge was the versatility of shells. You got shot shells, so you can actually take birds in mid-flight, where a 22 that might be tricky. You have for self-defense, or taking game, you have butt shot and slugs. So there's a lot of versatility there, and there's so many other shotgun shells. I probably honestly don't even know half of them out there. But I mean, there's everything from like fleche darts, rubber bullets, cush balls. I mean, there is so many.
You got a dragon's breath.
There's so many. There's even flares. You can buy shotgun flares if you get an emergency, which I don't think I'd be sending up a flare forever. Hey, I'm over here.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. The shotgun is such a good, versatile weapon.
Yeah, it's so versatile. I mean, you can literally put anything to it or through it, and it'll fire it.
And then the other day I watched Iraq Veteran 8888, and I learned about cut shells. I never knew what cut shells were, and I don't even think you know yet. So I'm going to show that video to you. You can turn just regular birdshot shells into cut shells, which is basically a slug, but we'll get into that.
Okay, see, no, that's not what. That's exactly why I didn't think you were going with that. I thought you were literally cutting the top of this off.
No.
Taking all the BBs out and just shoving whatever you want in there. No, primer, and you can fire anything through.
No, but it's a really cool. So we'll get into that. Okay, so then also along with the 22, this is just a little Bearcat that I had in the safe, and so I thought being a 22, this is kind of. I mean, if this is all you had, it's a 22. It's still gonna be the same.
I mean, if you're trying to get food. And you can get a little rabbit out in the yard running across, or a squirrel
or something, but you're not going to be able to do what you can do with a rifle as far as reaching out on range. Yeah. So we brought that out. The other thing that was hard for me is this is my everyday carry Glock 23 40 cal, and everything's checked. This is an awesome pistol. I don't think I'll ever trust my life to anything other than a Glock. I say that now, but that's how I feel at the moment, and it's hard for me not to say I wouldn't carry this, because I do feel like a 40. You could take a deer. I mean, especially with the Indiana legal calibers that are going now, 40 would stop a deer.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's all about the right placement.
Obviously for defense. I mean, but it's just what kind of range if you did get in a situation where you needed self-defense out to more than like 50 to 100 yards.
It'll reach that.
It'll reach that, but how good are you? And how good am I? We're not going to get into that.
We're not going to get into that.
So... I mean, I'm pretty decent shot with it.
Hey, there's a guy out there, 3 clicks to the left, 100 yards to the right, and you're going to be up here trying to shoot this guy up out of 100 yards, We don't want that.
So, I mean, do you need a battle rifle? Do you need a shotgun? I mean, what do you guys think you need for the right caliber? I mean, this is me, 22.
Yeah.
I have a lot of, 22 ammo, and I can't say that any of the different brands I've had are necessarily bad.
But, I mean, if you also think about an AR-15, it's literally a 22 caliber, but with a lot of brass behind it, a lot of power. So, I mean, you're getting it's the same thing, but this just has a lot less power. And, I mean, you have the element of surprise and a lot less weight to carry. So, I mean, you try to run with 500 rounds of AR-15 on you, 5.56, 223, or try to, skim into the woods with, 500 of these bad boys.
Well, and I feel like, and ideally, if it really was shit hit the fan, I don't think you're going to be engaging targets out to 300 yards. I feel like you're always just kind of try to, I guess what I mean is if you were out and about and a conflict was inevitable, you're probably going to flight before you fight.
Yeah.
And in that case, if you get cornered into a situation where you have no other option to use a firearm to save your life, a 22. The 22 long rifle could possibly.
Oh,
help
it'll. I
you
mean,
out.
yeah, as I say, if you have the right skills and I mean, if you shoot the right places, it's gonna take somebody down no matter what.
Yeah. But that's our pick, so we thought this would be a really good topic to talk about. There's so many different other calibers that are
Oh
honorable
yeah,
mentions.
I mean, there's so many specialty rounds. I mean, there's so many different variations of the AR-15 or AKs or So I mean, just what about what you guys want?
Well,
we just thought we'd throw this video here for you guys and.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think and comment below on what kind of guns you guys would pick or what caliber and what gun and why and just let us know.
Guns Like Outdoors here.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Andrew.
We'll see you guys next time.